Welcome to Team Daikon's level. My name is Michael Altman, and this first level is mine. I hope you enjoy it. By deciding to go right, you can pick up a piece of scrap metal, and then you would use the car by pushing it into the water, and then jump onto it, into the next car, and then over the pond to avoid the toxic water. Entering this area, you would grab the other secret scrap metal off to the side, and then once you are done with that, you would grab the broken tires and break into the building. There's two of them this time around, that way you, just in case you lose one into the window, which I have done several times so far. And after breaking the window, you enter into it, and then grab the thing again and break to the next window. You'll start into the office building, which will actually take you to another piece of scrap metal, and then you'll want to move these crates out of the way and open the door to enter the next room. Upon entering the next room, you'll want to grab the next scrap metal and then grab the door and open it to enter the broken cubicle area. Once you get into the broken cubicle area, you'll find that there are several pieces of scrap metal yet again. And there's another one. And another one. And then for the final piece is under the broken cubicle, which you grab. And then you crouch and crawl through the broken opening, through the broken cubicle. In the next furniture room, you take the table and break the window so that you can get into the elevator room. And the elevator room actually houses a special storage room, which actually also includes scrap metal that you can pick up as well. There are several pieces in this one, and going along with it, that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. After exiting this, you'll actually proceed to the elevator. You'll move the tables out of the way so that you can get inside, but didn't have to do that this time around. And it will bring you to a new room that will allow you to get through. You have to move the table first, and then break through the broken door. Upon entering the main storage room, you'll jump on top of crates and stuff like that to collect scrap metal. But to get to the next level, or the next room, you have to move the crate, jump onto the top of the rack, bring a small box with you, and then break the window itself. After collecting scrap metal, that is. By using the little boxes, you'll be able to actually break through the window itself. Take a little finesse here, but generally fairly straightforward. Crouch, go through the window. This is another secondary storage room, which actually allows you to go to another room that houses a lot of pieces of scrap metal as well. There's also a breakable wall, which you will jump, crouch, and crawl through to collect a huge catch of scrap metal. After capturing all the scrap metal, you'll go back to the breakable wall and into the breakable door, considering that it's a dead end. And then collect these pieces of scrap metal, and then you'll crouch and go into the ventilation system so that you can actually make it to the next room, which is actually a debris room. Along the way, you'll actually pick up a couple pieces of scrap. More than a couple, but yes, a few. Exiting the ventilation shaft, you go into the debris room, and you'll collect another couple pieces of scrap. Jumping, ducking, dodging, getting them all. And then you'll go to the next breakable wall, crouch, jump, whatever you need to do to get through, and then you collect all the scrap through the crate room. There are several pieces in this one, you just have to find them through all the crate. And that was the last piece, and then after that you would go up to the next elevator, which will actually bring you up to the 3rd floor and the final part of the level. After breaking through that, you want to avoid this acidic pond so that you don't die, but you can jump onto things so that you do. This is the next acidic pond, which you'll want to shoot a table over to the sides to protect you, as well as breaking the window at the end of the level, because there's nothing else out there to use to be able to get. Oh, actually, I forgot that there are crates back there. There is also a health pack there, so you can bring back 30%, 30 points of your life, and then you use the crate to actually break through the window itself. And then jumping down and using the air mattress itself to get over top of the fire to avoid the fire. This is Jason's level. I have to narrate for him once again because he's still at work. Go move the barrels out of the way and then crouch under the debris and then crouch under a huge pillar that has fallen over. Press the red button to get through the door. There's a breakable wall right here, which you'll actually shoot all the crates out of the way so you can grab a piece of scrap metal. And then you'll proceed to the next door, but you can't open it, so you have to go through the sewer and grab the red button again. Looks like it takes several tries here. And there was a piece of scrap metal back there. Making that door actually works, so there's a piece of scrap metal, and then you have to crouch through the debris and try to get another control panel so you can open that last door. Looks like it's right there. Button E, and then head back over to the door, to the debris again. Wait. Never mind. Yeah. There we go. Looks like it worked that time. And then go through the debris once again. Make your way through another set of debris to get another piece of scrap metal, and then back to the door so that we can open it after we get through the debris once again. After pressing the door, it'll open to the next area, which is the terrain area. A couple pieces of scrap metal here and there. And what I would like to call on Jason's level the deadly pool of acid, because it's an instant kill, so you have to hit the platform perfect every time. And it looks like it's working pretty well. You pick up a piece of scrap metal, and then we will go straight to the end.
Check 1, 2. Okay. Hello, my name is Josh Neese, and this is my area. So the player crosses the bridge over the little brook and right into the bank. Player runs to the table, picks up a book. We need 5 more so we can get the code. And we don't have the code, so we can't open the vault door. We come around the backside. We need to break down this wall to progress. Break through. Now we need to duck under this to pick up the next book. And this book tells us there is a ramp we can come down. We can pull down to progress. Run to the back, pick up the 3rd book. And then we need to make a staircase using these blocks to actually jump up to be able to pull the ramp down. You can see there's multiple ways for the player to be able to do this. Or the player can jump up, grab hold, and pull it down. And once the player reaches the top, he is rewarded with a piece of scrap. Runs around the backside, jumps over the little gap, and this box to the right, moves out of the way, and picks up some cash. Uses the block as a little standing spot, jumps over, drops on the plank of wood to make a bridge over this last gap. Comes to a burst pipe he needs to duck under, and around the corner is a piece of scrap. Runs around the end, and a burst pipe is there. Player can jump around it to pick up the 4th book, and if he needs some healing, picks up a health pack. Runs up the top of this little area, ducks under the last burst pipe to come in the scrapper's house, and picks up the 5th book, runs outside to pick up the 6th book, and now we jump down the chute. We have the code, so we can open up the door. As we open the vault door, we run inside, and the place is pretty well picked clean. So there's this wall over here we can pick out, jump over, pick up some more cash. Then we can close the vault door behind us so no one can get us. Pick up another health if we're needing it. Jumps up here, picks up more cash, and picks up the final piece of scrap in the area, and then escapes out the tunnel to Trevor's area.
Hi, this is Trevor O'Neill and this is my area. In this initial area, you will explore the beginning, searching for collectibles, and you will then enter the complex, running to the other side to grab the other collectible, now we will run back to the door, moving into the complex. Your goal will be to access the 2nd floor. There's a sealed room to the left. You can create a staircase using these boxes here to move into that room. You'll then rip the vent door off. You can then access the maze room with cars. This maze scrap area can be explored for collectibles. You will now exit with the staircase provided. Move on to the lift room on floor 1. Here there are 2 lifts that you must activate to continue on through floor 2. As you can see, there are holes in the floor if you do not press these lifts. There are also collectibles in this room that you can grab. One of them is behind these crates. We'll move on to the 2nd floor. The lifts that you lifted create a pathway through this area, allow you to run to the other side. Collectible behind these crates. Moving along to the next area of floor 2. You must move through this blocked lift by pushing the crates out of the way. There are then these rafters you must cross to get to the other side. A couple of collectibles over here. We'll then move on to the next maze. Run through this maze. And on to floor 3. that hole in the ground leads to the second floor. You can build a staircase up from that floor to this floor. You will now access the safe by either ripping the doors off with the grapnel or throwing a crate. You will then run to this breakable wall. You can either run through it, break it with a crate, your choice. You will then run through this opening in the wall and move on to the next area.
Hello, my name is Thomas Hall and welcome to my area. The start remains the basic introduction area where the player is required to crouch through the entrance and jump over the debris. They're then introduced to physics objects and the first collectible, which is hidden behind a panel. Though easily obvious through sight. The entrance to the machine room is covered by this barricade which can either be moved or crouched under, and the first turret can be seen through the grating. The machines used to denote the checkpoints can now heal the player if they remain next to them for long enough. By the damaged machines, the player will encounter the first turret, which has temporarily blocked the player access from the first two focus crystals. In order to collect them, the player must first destroy the turret. And when they destroy the turret, they may collect a piece of scrap hidden right next to it. The player is unable to go down the elevator as it is blocked for the moment. They will require the other 3 focus crystals beforehand. These store them. There is an extra healing device, which is in between the 2 toxic pools. This is the practice for the turret interaction, as the player now finds themselves in an area where they will take damage from both the turret and the toxic waste. There's a focus crystal hidden by the turret and in the middle of the waste. The last focus crystal is in the smaller pool. Here the player is returning a laser device which destroys the pillar which is blocking the elevator. Player can now go down the elevator and heal using the device. This is not shown here. Player then enters the bottom room. There is a chimney sort of structure on the left of the room, which will drop all of the collectibles that have been dropped into the toxic waste below the generator. This is denoted by the objects which are scattered around the base of it. The player will need to destroy both these, either one or both of these turrets in order to proceed. Here we can see the left hand side one being destroyed, and the player will now attempt to destroy the right hand side turret. This is the mastery section for the turrets, and as such the distance has been greatly increased between the player and the turret, so the throw will have to be made whilst running, which will boost the power of the throw and make the object fly for longer. However, this does require a large degree of precision. The healing device attempts to heal the player, but as the player was already on 100 health, they were not healed over the maximum limit. The player picks up the Might Fusion power cell and escapes the level through the elevator.
Hello everyone, this is Jerry Wisdom for my Gold H3 build. As you drop down into my sand dune area, you will notice that you now, once you pick up the key item, you will be picking up, to get to the door, you will run into a checkpoint that was needed for this area. Once through the doors, you'll also notice that I've added some new fire particles, as well as rearranged some of my collectibles, and also I have rewritten some of my scripts, that way they run a lot smoother. Also in this area, you'll notice that some of my damage volumes will damage the player a lot more than what other fires do. Some will do it instantly, some will not. Once in the alleyway, you can use the crate to access the catwalk, and there's also an optional medipack. Once around the fire though, there's a new obstacle I added that can be manipulated with the grabnol. In the area with the pipes, the fires now damage you 100%, so if you run through them, you'll automatically die, forcing you to go underneath the pipes. Once through, I had some dumpsters here, but they did not make the upload, I suppose. Go into the store though, have a message volume that pops up to let you know that you need to go in now. And once out, just go to the ladder and click E. You'll navigate across the bridge and down into the rest area. Inside here, you will have to pick up the 3 code pieces now, and also there's optional cache items. Once the 3 code pieces have been picked up, you can interact with the door up on the catwalk. Just use the crate to access it. If you do not have those pieces, you cannot access the door or interact with the door. So here in the fire escape, I have added box colliders throughout to make it traversable. Once you've navigated up the fire escape and made it to the top, you can interact with the ladder that is at the top by clicking E. Once on top of the roof, I've added a message volume and a new ladder to interact with. Around the corner, you will see the 3 crates and the cache item that I've moved and replaced my fire extinguisher that was in this area with another bucket of water to shorten the number of inventory items we have in our area or in our build, so as to make it easier to see all of them. Once up top, this fire has broken for whatever reason. It was working, but now it's not. I'm not sure why. But just jump on the board and navigate across to the next fire escape, and once you traverse it to the top, you will basically just need to jump onto the roof itself from the fire escape. At the top here, there's a zip line. You will not be able to interact with this zip line without having that zip line handle that was in the store before the rest area. Once over on that building, just drop down into my escape area and finish the final objective. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my build and my improvements to my build.